Morning, healing ones. It's got to be right. I won't even go into the bathroom shelf, which is, I think, now completed, but it'll be a story for another day. Story for today is I've set up a healing field. So in order to I think it's next to impossible to not participate in a world healing field. It's just possible to not know you're participating in a world healing field. But this world is surrounded by a healing field. And you may say, well, how come there's so much stuff going on? Well, you're making up your own reality. So here's the reality I make up. In order to have something heal, we have to release what we've been holding on to that's been unresolved. So you may look out of the world and you may say, this is what it looks like when the world en masse lets go. Now, if somebody lets go of the steering wheel and you happen to be walking on the sidewalk, their car may just run over you. It's a possibility. I know that recently, two people that I have relationship with in some ways, one of them got run over by a motorcycle. Going 100 miles an hour, where they were crossing a road. And there was just no way that the motorcycle could stop going that fast. And I'm sure if he had hit her straight on, that would have been lights out. But I'm sure he got off to the side and just knocked her a long ways. It's like getting hit by a bull that can go very fast. She's recovering, so this is good news for all those who know and love her. She's not my direct relation, so all my relations, well, everybody's my relations, but all my personal relationships, any of my relations that actually watch my videos, which I know there's some of them, they're not going to be making comments, give themselves away that they're watching these healing videos, but my family's doing some healing. And the other story was about this 80-year-old man who, I don't know, applied the brakes too hard on his bicycle. My question is, what are you doing at 80 riding a bicycle? But you might be very functional at 80. I haven't seen a lot of you guys that are very functional at 80, but maybe you're out there playing pickleball or something. But this guy flew over his handlebars. Who knows what the whole story was, but he's been in the hospital for a number of weeks. So things can happen. So let's be safe out there. And we got 2. And you notice I didn't go 2, because that would have been 4 or 1111, which is the numbers of awakening. So if you see this and you go, oh my God, spirituality is real. You know, that's happening to a lot of people right now. A lot of people are like, they're coming out of the hypnosis and they're going like, there's a whole spiritual realm. And you're like, really? Isn't that interesting? Where was it before? Where did it go? And how did it come back? And those are part of the questions an inquiring mind might ask at a time of spiritual awakening. How is this happening? How did I not notice this before? But if you've been noticing it for a long time, you know, you're like, yeah, it's still happening. And it's still rather uncomfortable for some of us. For some of us, we're finding this rapidity of awakening is uncomfortable, even if we've done the work, so to speak. Who knows if we ever did? We just thought we were doing the work. Maybe we were. Okay, 2 tarot cards for you today. So the healing field is open. So I got distracted once again, although I feel pretty centered and balanced and grounded, but I was distracted by my own thinking. So let's drop into the heart. Let's say these words. I connect to my deep self. Connect to my higher self, my highest self. I ground myself to the healing center of the earth. Open myself to the healing power of the One. I let go of anything not useful to me now. And I choose to work with the Hathors. And one of my friend clients, really good friend clients, says, Hathors of love and light, which I really like. I really like it when she says that. I connect the Hathors of love and light. And I'm like, yeah, me too. Let's just give them their full name, Hathors of love and light. Okay, so we've done that. You can state, I connect to the world healing field for today. The world healing field is always up, so you can always connect to the world healing field because the world healing field is continually assisting people, and it's all the same beings that work in these individual healing fields or small group healing fields I set up. It's the same beings that are working on the world healing field and all the healing fields within that world healing field. So today you're connecting to a world healing field or the world healing field for today. And there's a specific event that we're going to go back to. And others may watch this video a week or 2 from now. And they may connect to the world healing field. And they may actually find themselves going back to this event that we've already been back to and cleared for ourselves, but they may need to go back and clear it for themselves. So time, time is like a slippery fish. It's just slippery fish, like Christianity is a slippery fish. No diss on Christianity. If it's your thing, Nowmustgo. It's all interesting. Religion. I like spirituality. I'm not opposed to religion, but I see like religion is actually one of the things that people may actually need to let go of to come into a larger relationship with the all that is, who maybe just doesn't participate in the religious thing. I don't know. Okay. So you've done all the stuff, you connected to this world healing field, and so now I'm going to ask the higher self to take us through the portal of time to the event that would be of the highest good to release and integrate at this time. And I invite all souls affected by this event when it originally happened, or being affected by it now, if it was an effect on their ancestors and they still have the effect coming to them. I invite all souls affected by this event, in whatever way they are affected, to return to this event at this time, to release and integrate all energies of the event gently and easily, fully and completely on all levels and through all space and time. And I'm just amazed at how much more I've been feeling since I've been doing qigong for the last 2 weeks. My energy awareness is like gone way up, and it was fairly high to begin with. But now it's just like, oh my goodness, it's powerful. Okay, I ask that all the souls be placed in a field of protection while they do their work. And upon arrival at this event, I ask the higher self to assist us to release and integrate all energies of the event, gently and easily, fully and completely, on all levels, and through all space and time. Okay, the healing field is set up. If you wish to only work with the energies of the healing field, then hit pause, come back later, and if you want, you can listen to the conversation. It's like a windshield wiper. You can listen to the conversation about the tarot cards that we got today, which will cause massive changes in your life, and your likes. Like and subscribe. It'll cause massive changes in your life that you will love on every level, because only perfect changes are taking place for you right now. Okay, so see you later, those that hit the pause button. And for those of you who are just waiting to get to the tarot cards, I understand. And so here we are at the tarot cards. So we're going to tuck in that card because we got two cards. And so here's the other card. It's tucked in already. So we're going to start with this card while we're clearing the energies of the event. But we're back at the event on a soul level. It's our soul that needs to release and integrate the energies of this event. When our soul releases and integrates the energy of the event, our body gets the effect of it. So our body, emotional realm, doesn't have to be back there at this thing. That will all get cleared once it's clear for our soul. So here's one of the cards we got today. And I think of this card as a good job card. I get this card when I've actually been staying with a task and I've completed it. And the words about it are really good. It's the Four of Wands, and the wands are about creative things like magic. So the Four of Wands is completion. The Four of Wands reminds us that before we can energetically move forward in new directions that have heart and meaning, which we all want to do, move forward in new directions that have heart and meaning, it's important to consummate or complete that which we have set in motion. So this whole world up to now, anything that's incomplete, any event that still has emotions tied to it, is an unresolved event. It's incomplete. So going back to a healing event right now is completing that event. So this is a good card for us today because we're completing an event. We're releasing and integrating all the energies of an event that was unresolved because when it happened, it affected us. It was too much for us. We were overwhelmed by it. And on a soul level, part of us split off and just went, I'll come back to this later. And now is later. Okay. To complete that which we have set in motion, this symbol also represents the principle of having achieved something, which is associated with completion. The astrological signs that are represented here are Venus and Aries. The sign of Venus is at the top of the card, and the sign of Aries is at the bottom of the card. Venus in Aries is also duplicated on the wheel. Venus is represented by the doves on the wheel, and Aries is represented by the rams on the wheel. The wheel itself represents completion and new beginnings, as portrayed by Eastern mandalas and Western medicine wheels. Eastern mandalas and Western medicine wheels. Which represent wholeness and individuation. Whenever you pull this symbol, it both represents simultaneously something being completed as well as initiated. The Four of Wands is visually a reminder of an emotional desire. Venus, to move in new directions. Aries, but from a sense of feeling that there has been a completion or consummation of projects or relationships or issues before one ventures forward. When you pull this card, it indicates the next 4 weeks or the next 4 months would be a good time to move in new directions and simultaneously to complete things, or to move only in new directions as a result of feeling that you are complete with certain issues, projects, or important relationships. Okay, that's one aspect of our card for today, and the other aspect of our card is the Emperor. Now the other card was the Four of Wands, and this is the Four of Trumps, and this is the Emperor card. Powerful looking depiction. So here's something that was written by John Hyder in the Tao of Leadership. He said that enlightened leadership is service, not selfishness. The leader grows more and lasts longer by placing the well-being of all above the well-being of self alone. It's kind of a mycelium. Mushroom is the fruiting body of the mycelium, which is oftentimes a large network of interconnected cells that are all working together for the good of the whole. Not just the good of the mycelium, but the good of the trees, the roots, the soil. The mycelium is working with all of that. It's just like making all the nutrients available to all. Without mycelium, I don't think there would be life. And we are like the human mycelium. We've just lost our connection, and it's coming back. So when you get the Emperor card, which you got the Emperor card, I got the Emperor card. All God's children, or all dogs' children, either one if you're dyslexic, all dogs' children got the Emperor's card, which represents the universal principle of power and leadership. The symbol is the pioneer, the leader, the builder, the doer, and the visionary. Without vision, the people perish. I mean, that's possibly true. Like Aries the Ram, the Emperor is the explorer. Here's another Aries card. Wasn't the other card an Aries card? It was. It was an Aries Venus card, and here's another Aries card. The Emperor is the explorer whose curiosity and initiative is always on the forefront of human experience. Don't you feel that way right now? We're on the forefront of human experience. He is the traveler with the globe in his hand who has the ability to make things stable, solid, and secure for himself and others. The Emperor symbol is totally the color of fire. Aries the Ram, doubled twice behind the Emperor, is a fire sign and represents adventure and exploration. Behind the Emperor, the sun rises as a symbol of nature's source of light. Shamanic societies view the symbol as the power of the sun and see humankind's imitation of the sun in its creation of fire. In Oriental cultures, the Emperor represents dynamic initiatory power known as yang energy. Jungian psychology refers to this symbol as representing the animus, or masculine energy. In Greek mythology, this symbol is Zeus, the father of the patriarch. In our 26,000 year cycle. 26,000 year cycle. 13,000 years from one pole to the other is feminine cycle with a masculine being in the earth. And then 13,000 years, which is just completing, is a feminine being in the earth and a masculine energy around the earth. That's the yin-yang. So we're moving from that 13,000 years to this next 13,000 years, which the being Abrahamanad will be the soul of the earth. The being Abrahamanad plus all the beings that he's working with, who's incarnated as the soul of the earth, who has brought us through this 28-year cycle of cleansing to prepare us for the higher energy that the earth is moving into. So all this cleansing process, all this emotional cleansing, all this mental cleansing, all this physical cleansing, all this spiritual cleansing. And you'd say, why would you have to do spiritual cleansing? Why do you need to take a shower? Because there's debris in the life of a human, and some of that just needs to be released and integrated and completed so that we can move forward with clear vision of what we could do to participate in this emerging new reality. I'm thinking about things and I'm getting distracted by this by my friends in other places going, talk about this. And I'm like, I don't even know anything about that. Yeah. Massive times of change. And this is the 8th day of the 10 days of galactic activation portals, which these new energies are just coming in. Portals opened up, energies coming in, activating our genetics to bring us to a place where we can handle these higher frequencies that we're now living in. And those who are having trouble handling these high frequencies, they're going, and we are that sometimes, and we see that sometimes. And sometimes we're like, oh. Especially in the morning after I've done, literally, and I don't know if I'll keep doing it, but I think I'm going to. I've been doing it for months, and I've expanded it in the last few weeks. So I do a certain amount of breath work in the morning, a certain amount of yogic postures. It takes me about 45 minutes to an hour. And now I've added an additional 40 minutes on to my program where I'm doing qigong with Master Mingtong Gu, who's originally from China, studied qigong in China under a Chinese master, grandmaster of qigong. And now he's in America bringing qigong, bringing energy awareness to more energy awareness to America from Santa Fe, New Mexico, where he has the Chi Center of Wisdom, something like that. And also he's also available on YouTube, on Chi TV. So I'm actually doing online qigong every day. Which I was fairly energy aware, and my energy was fairly moving, as you can tell from me sometimes. Woo! But this is like taking it to another reality. And then I do that, and then I make a video. It's been most mornings recently where I make a sound video with a hot horse that has just been rocking my world somewhat, and from the feedback a little bit, it's been rocking some others' worlds as well. They're bringing in the vibration that's helping us in this transition period of time. Okay, I think that's everything for now. And so for those of you who have done the healing work and then now coming back and you're hitting replay and then you've skipped through all the yappy, I'll put a time frame on for the last part of this healing field for today, which is the closing portion. So if you personally watching this don't feel like you've completed with the event, then hit the pause button now. And for those of you who feel like the event's completed for you, then we'll do the last part of it, which is this. I ask the higher self to assist all those who have released and integrated all the energies of the event, gently and easily, fully and completely on all levels and through all space and time, to combine with that part of their soul that had remained at the event and bring that combined soul back into their body in present time. And I'm just bringing that part of my soul that was back at the event, and you're doing this, bringing that part of your soul back from the event with all of its, that combined soul, with all of its power, clarity, wisdom, and now, I've never said this before, but they're asking me to add vision. It's something new. This happens. And I ask all those souls to ground themselves into the healing center of the earth and open up the portal for the delivery of the new energies into the earth at this time. And I ask that those new energies be brought in now. Well, the qigong is making this even more fun. It was fun before, but it's even more fun because I can feel all that energy coming through all of you into the earth and going directly to the healing center of the earth, where it's being brought into the earth by all of you who are participating. It's just getting so fun for me because I've been doing this for so many years, but with increasing numbers of beings participating. And now it's just gone viral in a way, in a good way. Okay, I now ask that those new energies in the healing center of the earth be activated through us. Yeah, big power, big power. You are big power. Yeah, it's a lot to handle this much energy, and we're doing it together, so it's easier to handle, but still a lot of energy. And that goes in, and that activates this new energy that we brought into the healing center of the earth. It activates it, and then it spreads through the whole earth. It's been brought in to this core, and it's expanded out. And out and out and out, and now the earth is radiating that new energy that you helped to bring in today. And this is what we do every time we set up one of these healing fields. That's what we do. We clear an event, and we bring, and then when you're clear, we bring in this new clear energy into the earth to assist Abrahamanad in this expanding rise in the vibration of the planet. And boy, I mean, if you didn't feel like you were doing enough, just do this and you'll be doing enough. And I'm speaking from a person who's been working with this energy since Abrahamanad came in 1997. But in 2013, I was introduced to this newer process about clearing events and then bringing in new energies. And it was so difficult when I first learned to do it. The energies coming in were geometric in form, and they just felt like trying to move a a square block through a circle. And I was probably the square block or whatever. But anyway, beings showed up, and one of the main, I want to just give him creds, is Saint Germain. When Saint Germain showed up, he helped me to bring in some tetrahedrons of golden light, is what it was. I looked it up when I was watching what was coming in. And then I looked up Saint Germain on, a search engine, and there are images, and the images showed this being with this tetrahedron of golden light in his chest. And he's the one that showed up and asked me if I wanted a little help with this. And I was like, yeah, I'll take help with anything. So many cool stories, and so much time. And so these stories will come out as we go along. I've been really kind of busy with the world energies and the world healing field. It's just kept me very busy, and at times very stressed. And I've had to learn to just let go of the stress and just expand to allow the energies to move. The more we expand, the easier it is for the energies to move. The more we connect with this outer energy, the energy of the one, the energy of the higher self, the energy of the highest self, the energy of the earth, the energy of the deep self at the core of our being, the more we connect to these energies, the more we open up and let these energies move through us, the more our consciousness expands and bypasses these energy constructs that were small. So we have these energy constructs that were small. We can't do this. I can't do this. I'm too small. And then we get to that construct. It's just a mental thought construct. And the energy just dissolves it. And we feel like, I feel like I have more space to be who I am. And then hit another construct. And the energy dissolves it. And another one, it dissolves it. And another one, it dissolves it. And all those energy constructs, all those thought forms about who we are get dissolved when it's time for them to be dissolved. And each time they're dissolved, we're more connected with ourself as our deep self, as our earthly self, as our higher self, as our highest self, as an aspect of the one. And then we're big enough. And then it gets easier to do this job of transformation, of consciousness on the planet. And I'm all in. People say, thank you for all you do. And I'm like, you're welcome, because it's all that I can do right now. I don't have other options that appeal to me. Because for me, it's about completion. In this 28-year cycle that started on March 23rd of 1997, 7 years of physical cleansing to 2004, 7 years of mental cleansing to 2011, 7 years of emotional cleansing to 2018, 7 years of spiritual cleansing to 2025. So it just happens that the dates I was given from Abrahamanad, when Abrahamanad was incarnating to be the soul of the earth, and I didn't know all these things at that time, but I had been trained for a year to work with my own energy and get my own energy clear enough that I would be able to assist this being to incarnate, which I did. I had to take all these tests that night on the hillside in 5 layers of clothing, because March 22nd, 23rd in Michigan was not spring. And I had to be up on this hillside most of the night. So starting as the sun went down to close to when the sun was coming up. And in the winter, that's late. But I was on this hillside going through tests on the 22nd, and then once I passed all the tests, which was kind of like that transition from the 22nd to the 23rd, and I realized, okay, there were 3 tests, I passed the test, I don't know what would happen. They'd say, oh, hold it, Abraham, you're going to have to do a couple more cycles around the planet because we got one of them that's off. It's a good thing. All 4 of us, 11, all 4 of us were prepared and were present and accountable and accomplished the task. And I leaned forward and I said to Abraham, and I didn't know his name at the time, I said, my name's Steve McLean, I live in Ann Arbor. And Abraham and I put the proverbial brakes on. I could feel him slow down, and he turned around and he said, I'm perfectly aware of who you are, and I appreciate what you've done. If there's anything you need, you just let me know. But realize, for the next 28 years, I'm going to be very busy raising the vibration of the planet up so the planet can transform into a higher dimensional planet. 28 years. Will be complete in 5 months. And it's just interesting to me, because I'm that kind of person. Maybe out there a bit, but it's just interesting to me that I only discovered about a month or 6 weeks ago that that period of time, March 20, and I had it as the 23rd, the Mayans have it as the 24th of 2025, a whole cycle completes in the Mayan calendar and a whole new cycle starts. And then I'm just going to mention Harjanus. I don't know if it's H. Arjanus or if it's Harjanus. I don't know, but he's a commenter at times on my site. And he told me that also the Kali Yuga is complete. End of March 2025. So the date I was given in 1997 is a significant date for both the Mayan people, and I think the Yuga, whole consciousness of the Yuga, comes out of maybe Hinduism. I'm just going to say that March 2025 is going to be significant. And not only is that significant date to just 5 more months, just keep doing this, keep clearing this for 5 more months. But also recognize that in this cycle, we're on day 8, so we have day 8, 9, and 10 of the galactic activation portals going on. And then this happens again beginning November 30th to December 9th. Another 10 straight days of galactic activation portals. I've had a really good experience this time so far, so I'm thinking like, okay, I'm looking forward to it. But before on galactic activation portal days, it was like, oh, it's too much. But I'm not feeling that anymore, so I must have expanded. Maybe the qigong I'm doing has allowed me to just be big enough to handle this better. But there'll be another 10 days of this. And then when I look at the Mayan calendar, I don't see a lot of stuff going on. December, January, February, March. I just don't see a lot going on. There may be a lot going on, or it may be that we're going to be on cruise control and we're just going to keep clearing the stuff and clearing the stuff and clearing the stuff and then be already in that place for the completion date of March 24th and the initiation date of the new world of March 25th. And this has been a 28-year cycle that completes on those dates. And this is a transition cycle between the 13,000 years and the next 13,000 years. It's a 28-year in-between cycle to get ready for the next reality. Hence the card, the Emperor. You're ready for this new creative activity that we're all participating in shifting from a third dimensional reality to a fifth. It hasn't been easy so far, from my perspective, maybe from yours it has, but I have a feeling like after December 9th, it may appear to be a lot easier for us who have been doing this consistently for as long as we've known about it. That's it. This is a long, just seemingly long video, 40-minute video. Best of luck. Okay, we brought the energies in. I let the universe and beyond know that this has been done and that it's good. And Nowmustgo. And I hope this serves you well.